In a few simple steps, I can teach you how to make a macrame flower headband with beads. Hey everyone, it's Nicole here from Bochiknot Macrame, and today we are going to be going over how to make this little accessory that I'm wearing on my head with some macrame cord, headband, and some large hole beads. A lot of different macrame accessories and clothing pieces have been trending over the past several years. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of macrame headbands, and I wanted to create something that was a little bit different and perfect for spring and summer. So, if you're looking to transform your look this spring and summer with a bit of boho elegance, then you've come to the right place. I've incorporated a really pretty daisy knot pattern within this headband, and I attached it onto the headband with primarily knots. The only time we needed some glue was to seal off the ends, and also to wrap some cord around the headband at the beginning. I will be walking you through every step of the way to make this headband pattern, so you should be able to easily follow along. I do sprinkle some tips throughout, so make sure you watch all the way through. I'm super excited to have you guys get started, and with that said, let's jump right in.
Listed here are the materials and supplies you will need for this pattern, along with the suggested cord lengths. For this project, I'm using 4mm braided cord from our rainbow cord line in the colors Biscuit and Cappuccino. What makes this braided cord different than other braided cords is that there's no extra cord in the center. As you can see, it is hollow, which makes it more flexible and easy to knot with. And a big bonus with using braided cord is that you'll get nice, neat knots every time. We will be incorporating beads into our pattern, and I'll be using these 14mm gold beads with a 7mm large hole. You'll also need a headband. This headband is approximately 1 inch thick and is literally just a simple headband with some white fabric on top. If you're interested in any of the materials and supplies I've used here, I'll post links in the video description below. The first part of the pattern, you'll require a long strand of cord, and you're going to be wrapping it around the headband and gluing it onto the headband. Now, the strand of cord I used is approximately 400 centimeters, but the easiest way to do this is just to not cut the strand of cord at all and just wrap it around while pulling on the cord from the roll itself. That way you can use the exact amount of cord required to wrap around the entire headband. So the 400 centimeters is just an estimate, but I recommend wrapping it around from the roll itself. So as you can see here, we took the end and we glued it to the inside underneath the headband. And then we're just going to add a little bit of glue to the front, and then we're going to start wrapping it around from the bottom all the way to the other side. So when you start on one end, we're just going to add a little bit of glue on the front and the back side so that the cord stays put. Once you are a few wraparounds through, I would just add glue to one side. The key here is to add as little glue as possible to prevent it from being too heavy. So that's why we are just adding a little bit of glue on each side right now, but eventually what we're going to do is only add glue to the back side. Keep wrapping the cord around the headband until you reach the other side. Once you reach the other side, to seal off the ends, we're just going to dab a bit of glue at the bottom, and then we're going to cover it with the end of the cord. And we are now done with the base part of the pattern, and now we can add the little daisy pattern at the top. What we're going to do now is take a second color cord, and we're going to take 2 strands of 330 centimeter long cords. We're going to measure it one end to 110 centimeters, and we're going to hold that spot. We're going to flip the cords so that both of the center cords are the 110 centimeter long cords. So they're slightly shorter cord ends. And then the outer left and right cords are the longer cord ends. So the shorter cord ends, outer is the longer cord ends. Now we are going to take a 300 centimeter long color number 1 cord, and we're going to skip about 1.5 inches down from one side of the headband. And we're just going to wrap it around like so, and then crisscross the cords at the front. We're going to make sure the cord ends here are matched first before they're crisscrossed so that both sides are even. Then taking the right loop from the other color cords, we're going to attach it onto the crisscross cords with a reverse lark's head knot on the right side. So we took the right section and made a reverse lark's head knot on the right side. And then now we're going to take the left section for a reverse lark's head knot on the left side. So once you are done making these reverse lark's head knots, you should still have longer cords on the outside and shorter cords on the inside. Now pull on both anchor cord ends to tighten. Now, to start our first daisy pattern, take that second cord from the right as a working cord for a vertical lark's head knot on the right side. So take the cord under, over, and through the right loop, then under and over and through the right loop. Repeat for one more vertical lark's head knot underneath. Then on the left side, we're going to do the same thing for 2 vertical lark's head knots. Take the second cord from the left, go under and over and through the left loop, and then go under and over and through the left loop, referring to the working cord as the cord that's moving through these knots. And now what we're going to do is with our 2 middle cords, we're going to thread a large hole bead through them. Now, if you are using another type of 4mm cord like single strand or 3-ply, a 7mm hole may not work nicely for you. The only reason why these 4mm braided cords work well for a 7mm hole is because it's hollow on the inside. So there's actually a lot of room to work with a 7mm hole. I'd recommend, if you are using single strand or 3-ply, to use a bead with at least an 8mm hole so you can fit 2 strands of cords nicely through. Now what we're going to do to close off this daisy pattern is we're going to crisscross the anchor cords on top of one another, then take that far right cord, make a half hitch knot through those 2 crisscross cords, and then take that far left cord and make a half hitch knot through the 2 crisscrossed anchor cords. Now with the middle 2 cords, we're going to wrap it underneath, above, and through the middle, pulling down the cords from behind. Then pull on the anchor cords on both the left and right sides, and also the vertical cords at the bottom to tighten this first daisy knot. Once done, take those anchor cords to the back, wrap it around, and bring it back on the other side. This is how we're going to get the daisy knot pattern to stay onto the headband. So once you bring the cords back to the other side, we're going to start our second daisy knot pattern by crisscrossing the anchor cords, and then we're going to start off the pattern just like how we had ended the daisy knot pattern above, by taking the far right and left cords for half hitch knots on both sides, and then taking the middle 2 cords to bring it up for half hitch knots in the middle. And now we can finish off the remainder of the daisy pattern just like how we had done the pattern above. As you can see here, I made a total of 3 daisy knot patterns, and we're just going to keep repeating this pattern all the way to the other side. I made a total of 12 daisy knot patterns, and that should get you close towards the end of the other side of the headband. Now to close off the ends of the daisy pattern, we are going to take those 4 cords in the middle, so not the anchor cord ends on both sides, and we're going to snip off the excess cord ends. Then to hold the ends in place, we are going to dab a bit of glue on those cord ends. Once the daisy flower is sealed at the ends, we are going to take the anchor cords to the back side of the headband, and we're going to cut off some of the excess cord ends there at the back so that all we're left with is enough cord ends to fuse the ends together on the back side. So as you can see, I've left a bit of cord ends left on both sides. That's because what we're going to do is we're going to dab a bit of glue and attach one end, and if there's too much cord, we're just going to cut it off. The cord end should sit nicely to the middle of the back side. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other end. Dab a bit of glue and then attach the end to the back side of the headband, and then cut off any excess cords there. So as you can see, we're left with just the right amount of cords on both sides as we're fusing them together on the back side. And there you go, there you have it. We are now complete with our daisy headband pattern with beads.
If you have made it up to this point in the video and you have completed this headband pattern, then you now have yourself a fun little accessory to go with all of your outfits this spring and summer. A lot of times the missing piece to a great outfit and look is a little accessory like a headband. I hope you guys had so much fun making this piece and also learning different ways to incorporate knot patterns into different projects like headbands. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.